Hi guys, it's Gareth here, aka Rookie, and welcome to one of my geek reviews. My voice is still really terrible. I've actually got a head cold, so I'm going to try to keep through this. But this is my review of all my geek trips, just say, to Vans Warped Tour UK 2015. I hope you enjoy
Said you're finished with your new boyfriend. Asked if you could come back home. So sorry that you left me all alone. Yeah. Say you love me again. But if you love me, where have you been? Say you need me more than anyone else could have. Where have you been? Said my friend, why do you push me away? Life with him was just so dumb. But what we had was something wonderful.
Twin World were the first band I saw playing on the Jägermeister, so bringing that vibrant rock sound, them being the only band that actually started at 2:30 when all the bands were meant to start at that time, which gave them kind of a captive audience with groupie riffs and silky vocals. The stage was going to be a very good day. That being said, they suffered from a lot of sound issues, and they were the only ones that night, and that's kind of a theme that went through a lot of the bands that played that night. They never really got those issues fixed in the set, so it kind of was a bit of a damper, but this is always a worry when you open for a festival, especially one so big. Heading over to the East Monster stage, starting a little later than they were, was the Woodlife. They took to the stage and the crowd went ape shit crazy for them. At sort of like 2:45 in the afternoon, this was setting up the whole festival to be a bit of fun. The crowd had their fists in the air, they were jumping around, the crowd in the palm of their hand by the second song, and many of the people were already pitting, which at that time, the start of the festival, is amazing. With the speedy riffs, heavy screaming, the band, I would say probably not actually for me, but they were good nonetheless. I was quite impressed by them. They got the entire crowd at one point to do the whole on the one knee thing and then explode and jump in the air. They clearly cared that the crowd were having a good time and jumping around. Their lead singer crowd surfed near the end of the set, and Mr. Smith got his shoes stolen, or at least some of the crowd were trying to steal his shoes. Next up on the Monster West stage were Ghost Town, who brought what can be described as more a electric alt rock sound. Their slower rock sound and sort of find a more soulful feel, sort of a feedback which suited the singer's smooth vocals. Some of the crowd did seem more interested that Brian Starr was actually stood side stage rather than the actual band playing, which kind of pissed me off a little bit. Out Alive is probably one of their greatest live songs, and I think everyone clapped along, and the drum solo in that was something I really enjoyed. They did stir the crowd a bit with a bit of Kanye West backing track thrown in a bit at times, but all was good. Down in the Kevin Says stage, the Transmogrified Hype Through, who are now Tigress, took the stage, and it was the first time I had seen them. Their sound has changed a bit. They're less pop punk, more alt rock now. They seem to have re-energized them by doing this. They seem to be more fun on stage. They seem to be really enjoying it. There were plenty of riffs, and Katie somehow made her vocals even more enticing than they normally are. I can't even see how much I enjoyed the set. It was just, it was one that you would have to be there to see it. I think it was really good the first time to actually see them. The freshness about them was it was like a little bit of controlled chaos. I was like, basically them just having fun up there, almost like blues, but with it being more structured. The finish with the single at the time, which was Future, and this left the whole crowd with a smile on their set as it ended. Heading back into the main hall, I went to see the Fearless Vampires. Unfortunately, according to this review, they're actually no longer a band, which is fucking a shame. I have said this before, and I've said it again about this. When you go and see this band, you're almost like you're seeing two bands as they switch between the vocals between Keir and Lawrence. It's just such a good, such original. It's not like the most dual singer bands when you get one clean, one dirty vocal and things like that. And they're not just both singing. You have one plays the guitar while the other one takes the lead, and because of that, it gives them like such a freshness that I don't think any other band out there is currently doing or will be doing. I think they're the only ones that do that. They have this infectious pop beat that makes you just take notice of them, and there's a lot of experimental in their sound, which I think is great, and they're a great experience to see live. They have sort of emo rock lyrics, full of rock guitars, and on stage they have this energy that just gets everyone involved and get everyone going. I think probably one of the best songs that was played on the entire night that night is when they played Knee on the Dance Floor. I think the crowd itself went completely crazy, including myself. I think this is where every band should be aiming for, and it's unfortunate that they've actually split up. Up next I went to go see Row, and before this set they weren't a typical band I would go and see live. They completely changed my mind, and I think they're a really good live band. They bring this pure pop punk energy, and they set the stage, and basically these guys are saying this is what we want to be doing, this is what we want to see everyone else do, and I thought it was amazing. They show that they got great vocals. He's not singing with American accent, which a lot of UK pop punk bands do, and he just such a great, they have this rhythmic tone and energy when they play. You were jumping around, perhaps even, back in the days with like Criss Cross. That's a cultural reference for you guys. Combined with some great riffs. This is a band you just have to go see live, just for the energy factor. It's enough. come on after them were Captain Chunk. They brought this fusion of pop punk and punk hardcore to the stage, which is really interesting to hear from these Parisians. They speak with an American accent, which, again, I'll let it slide because of just how fact they were pulling that pure energy, was it? And the fact that English isn't even their first language. The recordings that I've heard before this didn't really do them justice as good as they are a live band. I just love what they were doing on stage, just so much energy. The mere mention of I Am Nothing Like You, brought the whole crowd going crazy. There was circle pits, mosh pits, crowd surfers. Great. Basically, the best way to describe them is they're like a beautiful chaos on that stage. Heading back to the Jägermeister stage, I saw Mooseblood. I heard a lot of good things about this band, but I never had seen them live at this stage. And these guys did not disappoint me. They provided sort of a pop punk, almost pop punk rock sound. They provided sort of a pop punk sound meets emo, which really works live. Their fast paces of Bukowski and the sort of glum really provides sort of the showcase of energy to go. Like Rome, the vocalist Eddie doesn't sing with an American accent, and it's great to hear that actual regional accent. It's not like the crap that you'll see from a lot of pop punk bands who try to emulate the American cousins, which is great. The speedy punk guitars, really fit in with Eddie's vocals and really get things going. These guys will give you more on stage than you would ever expect, no matter what the crowd size is, no matter who's there. Thankfully, they're a huge crowd today. They did kind of take a break in this set, I thanked everyone for showing up, which is something that they say they thought they were playing to improvement, and of course they had a huge crowd. The fact that Mooseblood played there and was so appreciative of the crowd, I think speaks volumes for them. Heading to the monster stages, I saw Really Big Fish. These are sort of veteran ska punk, really know how to work the crowd, and they know exactly what kind of crowd they're playing to and what kind of songs they're doing. They're veterans of the scene, they've been doing it for so long. Their cover of Take On Me definitely obviously something the crowd were all wanting to see, and all the younger fans knew and were able to sing along. The highlight of their performance was Suburbia, which they repeat several times, go, let's do it now in a punk style, let's do it now in a whatever style, just keep going that, and everyone was moshing, ska dancing, square dancing, raving, circle pits, depending on what genre they were playing. It was really good entertaining, really good fun, but I wouldn't go out of my way to see them as a headliner. If they were on the festival lineup, I'd go and see them. Almost definitely, because they'd probably be a great band to see live. But I wouldn't go and see them as a headline act anywhere. Now to the first of the two co-headlines, Asking Alexandra. With a new singer, who was obviously now left the band that I'm recording this, and they've gone back to their own singer, really got the crowd whipped up to a frenzy, and it was an amazing show of pyrotechnics on the stage, and you could feel the heat from even as far back as I was. They had a heavy drum beat that does get in your head, get you knocking along, and some proper meaty guitars. However, they did not blow me away, and remind me a lot of the screamo bands I used to see when I was in university, and they're kind of the screamo bands, the reason why I stopped going to gigs. If you want a mosh pit, this is kind of the perfect band for it. There are parts in there set where they don't scream, but his vocals aren't as brilliant as they could be. Yes, they're impressive, but I think he could do a lot more with his voice. They've definitely cemented my belief that you need to bring more than just heavy drums, meaty guitars to be in the screamer genre. They're not for me, and I probably wouldn't go see them again, even with a new singer. Or the return of the old singer, I should say. So the last band of the night I saw were Black Velvet Brides. I heard a lot of negative things about these guys on forums, and a lot of other people were expecting the worst from them. That's not what I got. I was kind of blown away by how entertaining their rock sound was. I think a lot of people have issues with these bands because of the fangirls in their band. I can understand there were a couple of teenage girls, probably no more than 12, in front of me. They would go, "Oh my God, you can see Andy's ribs," because he was not wearing a shirt. And comments like that, I presume, yeah, okay, that's why people pick them. I mean, yes, the majority of the people around the who are sort of your 14 to 18 female bracket, and these people probably are the ones that actually spend the most money in the music industry. You know, I think they're really good. They provided a great on-stage show as well, just being a good band. You know, the pyrotechnics, the lightings. They're not a band that would stand still on stage either. They move around, they're entertaining, so they're not, and get the crowd involved. So, you know, I even saw some parents who were brave enough not to stay. The parent crash that came along was sighing with relief when these guys came and play after hearing Alex and Alessandra. Some of them even were smiling at when these guys play. So it shows that how much better they are than Let's Get Down. Don't get Andy does scream at times, but these are few and far between compared to Asking Alexandra. They do have this old school rock sort of metal feel to the drumming, which reels me in as a person. I would say I would never have listened to this band if I hadn't seen them live. I was just going to hear, let's say, 20 minutes of their set after listening to Alexandra, because I said I really didn't want to get, you know, stuck with listening to that. I was going to listen to 20 minutes, I was going to see one of the bands. But because they're so entertaining and so many riffs are thrown in there, was it that I thought, well, I'm going to have to keep watching this. And I watched the entire set, and I think that speaks volumes of how good they were. Again, I'd go and see them again, actually, yeah. I would actually go and see them again. I thought they were really entertaining, but it would have to be with another band on their bill that I really want to see as well. Anyway, that's been my trip to UK Warped Tour 2015. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, have fun.